Hope everybody's doing good this morning and prayed up, of course. We'll get right into this reading. So this morning I was in Mark 6. That is the story of the beheading of John the Baptist. Now, before I get into Mark 6, I'm going to get into the beef between King Herod and John the Baptist. The reason why they had beef is because John the Baptist called King Herod out on the fact that he not only slept with his brother's wife, Herodias, but he also married her after. Now, of course, King Herod's a king, which means a whole lot of ego involved. He wasn't happy about hearing about it. Neither was Herodias. But he did respect John, because it wasn't as if he was lying. He was doing the works of the Lord. King Herod at least had respect for John. So it was more or less, you do your thing and I'm going to do mine. And it is what it is. But the person who couldn't get over the fact they were called out on their misdeeds was Herodias. This is a really good read, only because it shows how your choices impact the way that you move and how you handle certain emotions and certain experiences. King Herod and Herodias were both guilty, right? But Herod chose to at least feel like, I'm wrong, but I'm wrong. It's no one else's fault that I'm wrong for what I did. Herodias was the opposite. I'm wrong for what I did, but don't call me out on my stuff. And on top of not wanting to face what she's done, she held a grudge against John the Baptist. Now, to fast forward to Mark 6, King Herod's having a banquet, and Herodias' daughter dances at the banquet. She does a great job. Everybody's loving it. In front of everyone, King Herod decrees, you can have whatever you want, up to half my kingdom. What you want, baby, for that dance? What you want? What you want? Little girl don't know what she wants. She goes and asks her mom. She come back and tells him, I want the head of John the Baptist on a silver platter. Now, we already know who's going to ask for that. And because Herod is in front of all his people at the court, ego, pride, he gives it to her. Because he doesn't want everybody else to think he's a liar for saying she can have anything and then not give her the one request. This goes to show you how the devil will position himself to plant seeds in the places that he knows there's the weakness. Herod had already said, I'm going to leave John the Baptist alone. The seed that was planted by the enemy was from Herodias. She, of course, held her grudge and then utilized it to make an influence, to be an opportunist. So he pardoned John for telling him what he heard, but then ended up killing him anyway from peer pressure. So his pressure point was the peer pressure, his ego, how things looked. He didn't want to lose out on that. Herodias, on the other hand, was her anger and not wanting to face herself. And this is what the enemy does. The enemy, a lot of people blame the devil for everything they do, but in all actuality, the devil doesn't do anything. Think about it. If the devil was the one who made you do something, when you get to Jesus, you literally be like, it wasn't even me. And it would be true. The reason why it is you is because the devil plants the seed so that the soul can do the deed. Oof. Mic drop. And that's exactly what happens. He'll pick at the areas that you find that you have weaknesses in, and then plant seeds in those areas and see what you go for. Like little landmines, where Herod didn't step on the landmine of being so egotistical that he was ready to kill John the Baptist immediately. He did, however, step on the landmine of ego, of peer pressure, hence falling deeper into sin. These are the areas we need to be mindful of. We have to understand that the devil is out here to use us on purpose. wants you to slip up and make mistakes. Those mistakes is how he's able to gain control. When you pay attention to how things go and you actually really look at the experiences as lessons, you stop making the mistakes that dig a deeper hole into sin. And this is important because that hole ain't easy to climb out of the deeper you go. Herodias harbored a lot of anger and jealousy. She allowed that to fester until it became something really nasty. She was willing to commit a murder. And as far as King Herod, where he knew he was a man of God, he didn't want to go that far. He was a victim of his own pride. He was worried about his image, which allowed him to let Herodias get her way. Let's just be mindful of who we are. Don't look at yourself and say you wouldn't do the things you would do. If you're willing to do it, do it. But at least do it with your head up high. No throwing rocks and holding hands. Let's do better. As you get to know the Lord, you'll accept what you've done because your experiences aren't you. They were the things that you did because of you were still dismantling the old self. Accept who you are. Accept what you've done. And if you don't like it, change it. It really is that simple. I'm going to leave this one here. Hope you guys have a very beautifully blessed day. And I'll get you on the next one. Peace.